And welcome to Campus 2 Community, the Columbia Basin College news magazine, to keep you informed of what's happening at CBC and how we might better serve you. On today's show, we'll be speaking with the Assistant Dean and Director of the Columbia Basin College Resource Center, Peggy Buchmiller, and talk about some of the accommodations that CBC has for disabled students, and there are a lot of accommodations. But first, we're going to talk about a class and an institution. Creative Marketing Consultants. It's its own corporation run by students. We're going to be talking with one of those students, Juny Soukhavong, but first we're going to talk to the instructor, Associate Professor Gene Holand. And Gene, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
What is Creative Marketing Consultants?
It's 3 classes, actually, not just one, where my students build and design portfolios that and work with real clients. Historically, we used to use textbook clients and build marketing plans and those things. Now we work with real clients. We're right in there at a little over 500 that we've touched in the Tri-Cities and surrounding area.
What are you trying to instill in the students with this class?
Work ethic to start with. Secondly, the ability to know what to do when they hit the marketplace versus having to relearn or learn marketing from the practical standpoint.
Mm-hmm. And tell us about some of the projects that CMC has done in the past.
Well, everything from building business cards for, and I think I can mention the names, Rudy Pepper Blends, which we did today, all the way to helping build a brand for Kestrel Vintners and their Lady in Red and their Platinum vintage wines, Blue Flame Spirits, 2 doors down from Kestrel, who came to us after Kestrel's success. And so it varies. Some very, very small, people just needing advice, to building everything as permanent brands.
And you've developed quite, your students have developed quite a name for themselves.
Thank God they have, yes. And we've had clients from hell, and we've had clients that have wanted to work with us over and over and over and over again. And it's all free.
Well,
That's
how did you develop this extraordinary program in the beginning?
Well, one of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to be able to really give my students experience. Textbooks are great, don't get me wrong, but if they're working with a real client, real problems, real issues, and a variety of clients' problems and issues, they'll be able to swing very quickly through a marketing plan, helping a client work their way all the way through.
And you've got them so they, at some point, start thinking for themselves. You're not giving them all.
Oh, no. I'm kind of a throw them to the fire instructor. Brand new students, which I have in there right now, are going, what do I do? What do I do? And I say, well, we're going to sit here, we're going to test this first, then I'm going to give you a client. And then you're going to need help. And so we're going to draw from the 2nd and 3rd quarter students to come in and work with them. And I've found that they learn much, much faster from another student sometimes than they do me. I'm the guy that stands behind them and go, well, I think you might want to try this. But I turn around and walk away. Mm-hmm. I don't tell them what this is. Mm-hmm.
But you also keep your class at a fairly small number, don't you?
Correct, yeah. I keep it to the number of computers that I have in my classroom, which is 15. And I have students, I have 17, and a couple of my students use 2 of my computers to be able to get some things done right now, which is fine.
Well, it's a great program, and we're glad you came by to share it. And graphic on the screen will tell them what classes to take.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you very much.
And we're going to be talking to one of those students coming up next.
Excellent, excellent.
And we'll be talking to one of those students coming up next, right after this.
Immediately started to see ways that I can improve our company to better manage projects and to to ask better questions and to get better information. Do you think, oh, project managers should just take this? In a way, anybody who works on any project should really have project management experience. It would really help if everybody understood the concepts and principles.
And welcome back. And the success of the program is always in the students. And we have one of those students with us right now, and that's Juny Soukhavong. And Juny, welcome to our show.
Hi, thank you.
And first of all, Juny, why don't you give us a little of your background and how you happened to come to CBC and get into creative market consultants?
I graduated from Southridge High School after, and I straightly went into CBC. And how I got into marketing consultant is just applying for the class. And I always like to design stuff, and my future goal is to work in a marketing or advertising firm. I have been involved with Rudy's Pepper Blend and the...
What was that like?
Oh, Rudy's a great client. He knows what he wants, and he gives us a little leeway to design and create different logos and labels for him. I just recently redid his business cards.
Uh-huh.
So, and my other clients I have done are the Cable Bridge Run. I did their poster. I also helped out on the Benton Franklin Transit. One of their catalog books.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So, and I have done many other businesses too.
Okay. So what are your plans after you leave Columbia Basin College?
To further my education, to get my bachelor degree in marketing or advertising, hopefully be part of the bachelor program here at CBC, and or maybe to a different university.
So what goals have you set for yourself after education?
Just to work in a marketing or advertising firm. That's my goal, and just to design stuff.
So tell us what it's like with Gene Holand. What's life like in that classroom?
He's a great teacher, and he does throw you to the wolves when you're not even expecting it, actually. So you have like a little learning curve trying to like, oh, what are we supposed to do there? But we do learn along the ways, and learn what the client wants and don't want, and eventually
Well, it sounds like interesting work for you in this class, and then exciting for your career beyond CBC and a bachelor's degree. So thank you for joining us, and good luck to you, Juny.
Thank you.
Do you have a disability, or do you have a family member or friend who has a disability? Columbia Basin College's Resource Center makes a lot of accommodations for students with disabilities, and we'll be back to tell you about that right after this.
CBC's Automotive Technology program prepares students for a career as an automotive technician. In the classroom and lab, students learn how to diagnose, repair, and maintain vehicles according to automotive service excellence standards. Students also gain hands-on experience with the latest tools and diagnostic equipment used in the automotive service industry. CBC's program offers an Associate in Applied Science degree or a one-year certificate in automotive technology. Rev up your career now. Enroll in CBC's Automotive Technology program.
Welcome back to Campus to Community. And if you're someone that wonders if you can go to college because you have a disability of one form or another, the answer is you can at Columbia Basin College. And with us to address that is the Director and Assistant Dean for CBC and the Resource Center, Peggy Buchmiller. Peggy, great to have you here.
Thank you, Frank.
First of all, what is the Resource Center?
Well, the Resource Center actually does a variety of services for students, but you mentioned services for students with disabilities, and that is a big part of what we do. And so anyone with a learning disability, ADHD, a medical condition, a psychological condition, or something that may affect them in either testing environment or in the classroom environment, they can come into the Resource Center and see if they might qualify for some accommodations.
What are some examples of the accommodations you provide?
Some of the accommodations we might provide for testing, for example, would be extra testing time, specialized equipment. We have programs in which a student can talk to the computer and it will type what they say. We may have a student that maybe is blind. We can provide their tests in Braille or in audio version. So we look at the student's disability and then we find solutions for them to have access.
Do you ever see students that have obvious disabilities around campus, but they're unaware of your services?
Well, every so often we do have students that are unaware, and we do try to advertise. We try to let teachers know. We actually get a lot of students referred by their teachers to our office. And so even if they don't have a disability when they come in, we can help them look at the resources in the community that might help them to, if they do have some issues, to be either evaluated by someone out in the community.
So the CBC faculty is also helping out?
They are helping out.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about special events or special services provided by the Resource Center?
All right, well, besides services for students with disabilities, we also provide financial assistance to low-income students. So a student may come in who needs child care assistance because it's so expensive to pay for child care these days, or they might travel to CBC more than 50 miles round trip. And if they're low income, we can provide assistance for both childcare and travel. And then we have some special events during the year. One of those is Adopt a Family during the holidays, and that's coming up. We're looking for sponsors from the community to adopt one of our low-income CBC families with children to provide something for the holidays, for the Christmas holidays for them.
How fine is that? And then also, students getting ready to get out of the world of work, and they got to dress professionally, and you help out there too, right?
Yes, we do. And in February, and actually this year it'll be February 10th and 11th, we're going to be taking in professional clothing donations. And then on February 12th, we give those away to our students who don't have the money to buy a suit like you're wearing, a nice professional suit, or to wear just a nice dress or something for interviews for that first job so they can make that good impression on the employer. So we do this every year, and we'll do it again in February. The
Resource Center. Peggy Buchmiller, thanks for joining us. And you can learn more about it by going to our website at columbiabasin.edu/resource center. And that's going to do it for Campus to Community. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.